Hey guys, and welcome back to Luigi's Mansion 2 for what may be the longest mission of a Treacherous Mansion. Probably a good job we're getting it done first out of our recording session today, eh, Richard?
Oh god, definitely.
The reason it's so long is not just because of this, and look at poor Mario there, you know, the penny has dropped. Luigi now knows what's going on in terms of plot and whatnot, which is really weird because every other character in the game had a copy of the script, you know. Don't look at him! Don't look at him! Jesus Christ!
You know, this is making me think of what happened to the Weeping Angels when, I think it was like Matt Smith's first season in Doctor Who, where it was just like, the picture of a Weeping Angel becomes a Weeping Angel.
Does that mean Luigi's going to slowly turn into a Boo throughout the rest of Treacherous Mansion? Oh my god, no, I joke. Bring that back as a plot element for Luigi's Mansion 3. I think that would be amazing.
Well, yes, but then you forget about the Boo Mushroom, which can turn Mario and Luigi into Boos for the power-up period of time.
Don't ruin this for me, Richard. I only get these kind of ideas once in the blue moon, alright?
Sorry, I feel I have to, considering Mario Galaxy is a glorious game.
Oh yeah. Anyway, getting back to my original point, which my good idea kind of threw off. This part's gonna be so long because we have to pick up the rest of the mansion's jewels. Because the next couple of missions are basically, ooh, it's endgame time, so we may not have time to pick them up there, so it's best to do it in E3.
Well, I mean, it's always a good idea to do stuff in E3, but I'd say it's much more of a good place to announce games than anything else, really.
You've been hanging out with me too much, that's your problem.
Yes, I think probably is, yes. Just the need to make puns has grown slightly excessive.
Wow, these suits of armour have suddenly become extremely antagonistic.
It's gonna get worse, I can feel it.
Let's head towards the giant yellow exclamation mark and put this rotor in place. There we go. I remember this room. I remember the rank I got as well.
Yes, well, I have to say, it's changed quite dramatically since the last time we were here, if only because the staircase is in a position that it's never been in before. Because I don't think we've ever seen that, circular thing.
It's probably prepared in between missions, you know, the Toad slaves. I'm just gonna say how it is, they're slaves, they're not paid.
It is very true.
The Toads did it, basically. The Mario World equivalent of a wizard did it.
I'd say I'm still very excited for Captain Toad Treasure Tracker.
Oh, so am I. It would have been a really great Christmas present. Thanks, Nintendo of Europe.
I know. It's like, come on, guys, you're doing so well on other things. Like, I mean, Europe seems to be getting, like, the best deals for all sorts, like, special editions, and we have got a number of things released earlier than America, but for some bizarre reason, Captain Toad, nope.
Nope, January 2015. Although I will say, as a small consolation, our Twitter account, Nintendo of Europe or Nintendo UK, bitch slaps the American one in terms of humour.
Oh god, they're brilliant. I mean, I have to. It sort of seems like it's only a thing that seems to have occurred round about this year, where they kind of have kicked into overdrive.
Yeah.
But they just got incredibly funny. And incredibly meme-tastic as well.
Oh, yeah, well. There was that one period where Cranky Kong took over the Twitters. I think this was Nintendo of America, and he's like, is this a meme? Am I doing it right now?
It's very nice to see Nintendo getting with the times these days.
Well, in some ways yes, in other ways no.
It's like they're starting to figure out what they've been doing wrong for so many years.
There's going to be a lot of portal action in this one. We're basically going around the entire mansion looking for the last of the jewels. And that was bullshit. That thing was camouflaged against that red plant in the foreground.
Yes, I mean the thing is that it's because they're both red. It's just like...
Thank you, Richie, that's what I meant by camouflage, right?
Yeah. You can see what happens when my brain has fried. It's just like... I become Captain Obvious.
It's Panto season for you, isn't it?
Yes, and I'm incredibly stressed.
Well, since we've basically got a lot of walking around a mansion to do, why don't you tell us a bit about the Panto process?
So basically, most American people won't really know what pantomime is because it doesn't happen over there, but basically in the UK, whenever it gets to Christmas time, basically loads of theatres all over the country do pantomimes, which are basically fairy tales with a lot of kind of very set traditions. So you generally always have the dame, which is a man in drag.
Yeah.
The principal male character is sometimes generally played by a woman, and then you have the he's behind you and oh no it isn't, oh yes it is, and so on and so forth. So there's a lot of big traditions and running jokes, and they're always very, very, very magical.
It's basically farcical versions of stuff like Aladdin and so on, right?
Yes, I actually I wrote and stuff an Aladdin panto last year.
Yeah, so if you thought we weren't qualified to talk over video games, this dude writes pantomimes. Sit your ass down.
I've written Cinderella for this year, and I'm actually in it, and I'm terrified.
Are you Cinderella?
No, I'm Buttons.
Buttons. Who's got the buttons? Gonna need a reminder of who that is, sorry.
Buttons is Cinderella's best friend.
Oh, okay, well, close to the starring role.
Yes.
Anyway, back to our show. That was a Brainiac, a Poltergeist, whatever his name is. We need to get inside that room to find Mario. The problem is, he's taken the book and pissed off to the other side of the mansion entirely. We're dealing with a Polterpup-esque scenario here.
Yes, although I would argue that this is even worse than the Polterpup, because at least with the Polterpup you're just following his tracks. Also, I have to say, I really, really, really love the shot where Luigi's sticking his face into the bookcase. It's great. I mean, especially if you kind of take it with the 3D on. It's one of those really effective scenes, even if it is very much, you can tell this is 3D pandering.
Oh, The Hobbit, the first Hobbit film, did that a lot, when they're like throwing plates and whatnot in the Bilbo's place, and when Thorin just basically holds up his bow and fires into the screen.
Oh yes.
This balloon planet is really obnoxious to get for some reason.
Yes, I noticed you just seem to have a reasonable amount of trouble with it, and I don't know why. To be very honest, I think it is just that every now and again, the Poltergust's suction and blowing abilities can just be a little bit finicky.
It's a bit too much blow, too much suck. Now, if you were wondering where this book was, it was in the foyer of the mansion the whole time. Okay, moving on. We're not going after the book just yet, we got a lot of treasure to find first.
Yes, indeed. I mean, it's a ridiculous amount, if you think about it. But then, as Tom said earlier on, after this mission, there is literally no time for you to do any sort of gem hunting. So, it's now or never.
Not the next mission, and especially not in the mission after, because that's when things go to hell in a handbasket.
Yes. Well, I mean, the mission after the next one, if you've done the optional missions, then you'll have an idea as to what's coming. But obviously, we're leaving those until, like, extra parts. So it's going to be a surprise unless you've played Luigi's Mansion 2. Also, I have to say, this room, like, it's really difficult to see where you're meant to be. Because, like, I think it might be okay if the 3D's on, but, like, the perception in the room is a bit odd.
Yeah, I had a bit of trouble here. Thankfully, grabbing the golden balloons isn't nearly as finicky, and I think they knew that, because if you manage to pop this by accident, I'm not sure if you get another go. I mean, I've said you get, like, one shot and that's it, but I honestly couldn't tell you off the top of my head, because it's been so long since I can remember my first playthrough of the game.
Don't worry, I completely forget it all as well, but, I mean, I do think that in at least a few cases it's definitely one shot. I don't know whether it is the case in all, but I think at least in some, it's one shot, which is just evil.
What shape even is that? It's not a diamond, because we've already got a diamond.
Let me see if I can
He's looking it up, folks.
I have no idea.
I have no idea. My favourite shape.
Someone on... I mean, this is on answers.com, so I don't know how trustworthy it is. But someone's calling it an octahedron. Because it's basically like two pyramids stuck together by the bases.
I learned so much from this playthrough. Very nearly called it a show there. Wow, that would have been very egotistical of me.
Well, I mean, it is a sort of show. It's just... we're just blathering throughout it, so...
Mate, if this was a show, we'd be cancelled after the first episode, never mind the first season. we wouldn't make it past pilot.
It's very true. Although saying that, that's no bad thing, because, you know, lots of shows don't make it past pilot.
No, I think being cancelled is a bad thing, Richie. This is how television works. Speaking of television, since there's going to be a lot more of these coin-collecting things, Doctor Who, have you heard the news about Clara?
Yes, I have. I am in two minds about it, because, like, I think Jenna Louise Coleman is an amazing actress.
Yeah.
It's just that, she, like... for the first season in which Clara was, she wasn't given a whole lot to do. This series she was given more and she did pretty damn well.
I think she did pretty well, yeah.
They were building up to her leaving, and... I mean, I think I liked the way they sort of ended the last season.
Yeah.
But I'm uncertain what's going to happen now. And I think I will probably be slightly more disappointed at Clara leaving mid-next season than if they just left it either there or at the Christmas special.
For those of you who don't know, basically, Clara's actress decided, like, at the last minute not to leave the show. Like, this coming Christmas special was supposed to be her last episode, and I think that would have really tied up her character well. Like, things didn't end well in Death in Heaven. The Doctor and Clara, spoilers, were lying to each other. Neither of them were okay. And then Santa Claus busts into the TARDIS. Nick Frost, as you like. And he's like, ho ho ho, I'll get you better, Doctor. And then here comes Jenna Louise Coleman saying, no, I don't want to leave. So they had to rip up all the scripts for next season and start afresh. And maybe she'll be here for half a season, maybe she'll be here for a few episodes and then leave. Either way, the new companion after her is going to be royally gypped.
Pretty much, yes. Also, that golden balloon thing there is really a pain because you were given such a short time frame to do it in.
Loads of coins as well.
Oh god, yeah. Also, they just gave up at this point.
I didn't realise we needed a mansion roaming permit. I've been committing a felony all this time.
Well, I mean, the thing is that technically we have been trespassing, because I'm pretty sure EGAD doesn't exactly own these places, he's just kind of appropriated them.
Yeah, co-opting them. He and the Toads are squatting, essentially.
Pretty much. So I think we only have one more of these types of booze. And that also has a really rubbish pun as well.
Well, the next mission there's going to be a ton of booze, spoilers. But yeah, this might be the penultimate main one.
Yep, it is definitely the penultimate standard mission boo that we have to take on. But I have got a nice fun fact about the boo in the next mission.
Well, save it, because we're going to need it.
Yes.
Oh, I think we're finally ready to go after the yellow book.
Oh, thank God.
10 minutes, I'd run out of stuff to talk about. We covered Pantomime, we covered Doctor Who, which, let's face it, is kind of one of the same nowadays.
Also, you just walked into that.
I couldn't see it, alright, it was dark.
I know, I mean, I have to say, I think, like, some of these later bits can get very dark.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just watching Future Parts earlier today, and, like, in the last part there is a moment which is just, it's nearly pitch black, and it's just like, I can't see what I'm doing.
Well, you got to understand, on the actual 3DS, there's kind of like a backlight of sorts, so it would look brighter overall. My recording software does not record the hardware portion of the game, so...
I really like what they are about to do. So, because basically we are pushing towards a fight with the Brainiac / Poltergeist, as you would expect.
Yeah.
But it's not probably quite what you were expecting to happen. And it's quite cool.
Decent power greenies aren't really a thing with the Poltergust upgrades.
I know. I mean, I think it's probably for the best, because otherwise, like, in 2 missions' time, like, it would be distinctly unpleasant.
Ugh, yeah. One more to go, and that will get us all the gems in the game.
Like, why is the star under the, like, in the aviation room? Why couldn't it have been when we made the star?
Yeah. That's where all the good shit takes place. Next time. Well, technically, next time, if you want to go in terms of videos.
Some wonderful foreshadowing.
Now, you'll see me, like, search these boxes and whatnot, and then leave. I have no idea what you actually have to do in this room, but it's completely optional, so it don't really matter in the grand scheme of things.
I mean, I would suspect what you may have to do is, like, vacuum them and maybe try that way to see which one the ghost's hiding in. Or something to that effect. It seemed, because obviously that was how you sort of cheated the twins.
Ah, yes.
In the original, so that might be how you do that. And look who it is.
Surprise, we're in space. Not actual space, though, just the diorama. We've been shrunk.
I do like this, even if, sort of, the Brainiac is still an annoying sod.
Keep an eye on the stars, much like the candles would give away where he would be hiding in, like, gloomy manner and such. When the stars glow purple, that's basically where he's hiding in space.
I have to say, you can just make everything cooler by putting it in space.
Yeah. Power Rangers, Muppets, Luigi.
Yeah.
All made 10 times cooler just by depriving them of oxygen and an atmosphere.
Also, Mario Galaxy.
Yep.
And, to an extent, Sonic colours.
I don't know why I hesitate on that, because I love colours, but yes, I agree.
Well, the only reason I say to an extent is because I think, although colours was great, I think that the whole space thing didn't necessarily totally benefit it as much as, like, Mario Galaxy did.
Yeah, it was more of an aesthetic than anything.
And also, as much as I do like kind of them doing this whole space diorama thing, the Brainiac is still just a pain to defeat and just very long.
Yeah, he's got far too much health. I mean, he's essentially a mini-boss, and had we not gone after all the gems, this mission would probably have been over in about 10 minutes' time, but whine, bitch, moan.
In some ways, this fight on the whole is technically longer than the final boss can potentially be.
Yeah.
Which just seems completely daft.
There's a portal here, so we're going to make best use of this to get back to the room opposite the nautical room. Or adjacent, I guess.
It'd be adjacent.
Well, there we go. The study, there we go. You ready for a really terrifying combo of enemies? Because we've got sneakers, and we also have hiders.
They just got evil at this point.
I got hit. Don't even care. I don't even want to kill myself right now.
Also, Tom, do you like trains?
I'm not a train spotter, but I've always liked a train or two.
Yeah, I'd say they are quite cool. Also, like, I don't know why, but for some reason I seem to recall, like, a few days ago as to when this commentary is being recorded, I seem to recall at least some people on Twitter talking about, like, Thomas the Tank Engine getting a balloon at the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade or something or other.
Uh-huh.
Which just made me laugh, because it's just like, Thomas the Tank Engine, it's a thing from my childhood.
Yeah, certainly a thing from childhood, alright. Certainly cool being called Thomas the Tank all the fucking time.
Oh god, that's mean.
Yeah, that fucking tank engine was the bane of my existence.
Don't worry, my name, like, can and sometimes is shortened to Dick, although I avoid that. I'm just like, no, it's Richard. Leave it there.
We just need to get a Harry in here to complete the trio, really. That's probably a good job I backed out from that little diorama, because if you examine it properly, you will end the mission, and you need to ride this train to get the last gem, so...
It's a bit mean that they don't kind of prepare you for that, because you can't really tell that this is going to be the end of the mission.
Well, you were told to reach this room, so...
True.
Can't blame EGAD for that one, Richard. What are you talking about? I can and will. I don't exactly need this now, because one, the portal pub is locked up. Number two, this is the end of the mission.
Can and will blame EGAD for everything, because, I mean, it's his fault we're all screwed up in the first place, because he didn't take enough care of looking after King Boo.
He didn't allow Mario to get kidnapped. Don't blame that one on him.
Surely he asked Mario to help first.
I think he did, actually. I think he did.
Yeah, because that's evidently the smart move, considering Mario got kidnapped the last time he asked him to come and help first.
Yeah. Good at jumping. Not so good at dealing with ghosts, apparently. Oh, well, we got through that in the end, Richie.
And breathe.
Come on, give me a good rank. I got like 10 billion gems here, you better give me a gold. I honestly don't remember this one, so I'm not playing this time.
I don't remember this one either. I know some of the later ones, but not this one.
Suck my teeth at you.
So close, Tom. So close.
If I can beat the final boss with the best rank possible, I'll be as happy as a clam.
Is that some very unsubtle foreshadowing, Tom?
The final boss ain't an aquatic thing, if that's what you're implying. That was very forced and mean-spirited. My puns aren't that bad.
Sorry. I like how I sort of sighed roughly at the same time as Luigi did. It was just like, the...
Also, EGAD, this is Super Mario we're talking about, of the Super Mario Bros. He's currently incapacitated. This is not a time to be making jokes.
Oh god, definitely not. Because, like, we need Mario so that Nintendo can continue to milk the franchise.
Hey, as long as they're good games, I don't care. Keep them coming. Final upgrade get!
Yay!
Now we can suck harder than ever before. That's very Panto-esque if you think about it. The innuendos.
Yeah. Well, I have to say, in my Pantos, it's very much more innuendos than innuendos.
Oh my. No, I'm pretty sure that's Fortune Favours the Bold, so we're shit out of luck in either case here.
Especially because, you know, I'd say Mario was bold, and Fortune certainly didn't favour him.
Yeah. Oh, we've got a boss fight next. Didn't I say that Secret Mine was the only mansion that had 3 missions and a boss? Am I sending you all down the river on a ruse cruise, or is there another ruse of another kind going on right now? He do it.
Indeed he do. Oh, he looks so happy.
Oh, you got all the gems. Wouldn't you be? I mean, they don't do anything besides look nice and shiny, but for a collectathon, it's not too bad of a challenge.
Indeed.
Okay, it's time to gear up, get ready, and take on a bunch of booze. We'll see you all next time. Bye-bye.